Hey guys, I don't have a lot of time. I was just driving back from my daughter's physical therapy appointment on my way to work, and I had some thoughts about retail sales coming out tomorrow and the PPI data coming out tomorrow. They come out simultaneously at 8:30 a.m. The PPI, as it looks, could come out negative month over month, which, you know, would be rather good for markets to see the producer prices coming down, and hopefully that's something that gets passed on to the consumer, that we also see those prices come down, that we have signs that further signs that inflation is still on its way out, and, you know, bringing us closer to that 2% target, that the Fed can go ahead and do the 25 basis point hike like they're planning. And as far as the Fed goes, well, let me talk about retail sales real quick. So retail, I believe, was negative 0.6% month over month, and that was for November 2022, and that was attributed to October's spike, where it was believed that a lot of the holiday shopping took place in October. You know, part of that could be with an inflationary time period where people believe that prices are going to go up over time. So one of the things that they do is they buy things earlier before they get more expensive, and possibly trying to beat out the holiday crowds and get early deals before prices possibly get marked up. You know, that could be something that definitely happened with. That could definitely, my goodness, doctor, get it right. So that could be something very probable that took place that would explain why October was so hot and why November was so cold comparatively. December, I believe, is expected to drop another 0.2% month over month. We'll see if we come in under that. I have a feeling that December was you know, fairly weak, that dropping maybe a little bit further from what we had in November. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I crunched the data for that, and that's something that I'll share, but I wanted to get this out before the market closes today. You know, just wanted to collect my thoughts, share them out with you guys. So in the face of weak retail data and weak PPI data, you know, that could really, like I said, further solidify that already 90% chance of a 25 basis point hike coming from the Fed at their meeting, which is January 31st. Through February 1st, so we'd find that out on February the 1st. Just give me a moment here to collect my thoughts. I guess while I'm getting my thoughts back together, it's a good time to tell you that a man walked into a pet store and he says to the cashier, "I'd like to buy that bird over there." And the cashier says, "That'll be $50, please." And the man says, "$50? I'm not paying $50. And the bird says, "Cheap." So if the Fed does the 25 basis point hike, it's pretty much priced into the market at this point in time. You're not going to see much real impact come from that. You know, maybe some relief in the markets for that sort of certainty, you know, maybe a sigh of relief, but I don't think it's going to be a big green day, big red day centered around the Fed for doing that. The trouble with weak economic data coming from retail is if it's too weak, it could be a sign of a further sign of recession. In a mild recession, you know, I think that's something the banks have already talked about. I think JP Morgan said when I looked at their earnings report, I'd see my video from Friday, that a mild recession is their central case, and that, you know, that means that there could be other cases that they see. And, you know, if we get this month for December, looking at retail sales, that those numbers are really weak, and then January gets even weaker, you know, those further signs of recession, that could be something influential to the Fed coming up in their March meeting. So, and I think that March is when we get the next summary of economic projections. I'll have to take a look and double check that date for you guys. I'm sorry that I don't have it off the top of my head. I believe the March meeting is March 21st through the 22nd, and again, I'm just heading back from my daughter's physical therapy appointment, so I don't have all those off the top of my head, but I wanted to make sure I got this video out prior to the markets closing today, share my thoughts with you guys, and you know, let me know what you think the retail sales are going to be month over month coming out. Do you think it's going to be the market expectation of about negative 0.2% month over month? Do you think it's going to be above that, below that? And what about recession? Are we going to avoid a recession? Are we going to experience a mild recession? What do you think? Is it going to be a deep recession? What are we looking for? You could also comment on how long you think that recession, if we have one, is going to last. Honestly, from this point in time, given the stance that the Fed is at, given the point of inflation, you know, maybe that's tempered a little bit, the inflation expectations through consumer sentiment. You know, we get that information on January the 27th. We get the finalized report for consumer sentiment, And that's also the day that we also get the personal income and outlays, which, you know, would be even more telling for us what people are doing with their money. And part of that is the PCE report. And so we look for that as well. So let me know what you guys think. And down in the comments, I would absolutely love to hear from you, interact with you guys. It gets kind of lonely just talking about this stuff to myself, and you know, it'd be nice to bounce some ideas. Check out the links down in the description if you want to help support this channel. I'm Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. We'll see you in the next video.